always like this. Oh, tell me you love me.
Here and inland are bracing now for this monster hurricane. The Cape Fear River right behind me here. We've witnessed some of the very outer bands of the hurricane, the winds, the rain, of course, here already. And there's a good chance that the eye of this hurricane could make landfall right here or just north of here. The track just out from the National Hurricane Center tonight. The storm is slowing down, which means it will sit here and pound the coast. Dangerous winds and several feet of rain. It's also growing in size. That flag whipping in the wind, tattered by the end of the day. This hurricane, 500 miles wide, ocean water drenching the dunes and rushing into the streets in Cape Hatteras. Heavy rain falling, and as we're on the air here in the west, some 90,000 were just told are already without power tonight. A nuclear power plant here in the path shutting down, and the hurricane hasn't even made landfall yet. 1.7 million under evacuation orders. I found shelters today that were full, folks telling me they'd been sent elsewhere. At this hour, Hurricane Florence is massive. Tropical storm force winds will stretch well more than 100 miles from the eye of the storm in each direction. That's across more than 300 miles. We do have the new track tonight, the expected landfall, the time and where. And let's get right to ABC's Victor Oquendo. He's in Sneads Ferry, North Carolina, some 40 miles from where we're standing right here, a few miles inland from the ocean on the New River, where I know there's a lot of concern. Victor, what are you seeing?
David, we're bracing for potentially catastrophic storm surge here, possibly up to 11 feet. These bands are just getting stronger, as you can probably tell. The rains and the winds really picking up out here. We're near the mouth of the New River. It runs from the coast all the way up through the city of Jacksonville. These waves, they're just crashing right over this dock, and a lot of this water is going to get pushed inland, and it's going to create a lot of flooding. We've spoken with emergency officials. They are prepared for an unprecedented amount of rain, right around 3 feet, and they say that if you live in this area and you have not evacuated, the window for that has closed. David?
All right, Victor Oquendo, stay safe. You and the team there on the air with us as we're broadcasting in the west tonight. North Carolina's barrier islands are particularly exposed to these fierce winds. The outer bands of the hurricane that I mentioned earlier have been blowing across since early today. Hours and hours of this already without this hurricane even making landfall yet. So let's get right to ABC's Gio Benitez. He's live on the beach in Kitty Hawk tonight. He's been feeling the storm's wrath all day. Gio?
That's right, David. Good evening to you. We've been feeling those strong winds all day long. And take a look behind me, because we are under the Kitty Hawk Pier right now, and you can just see those massive waves crashing against it. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts in parts of the Outer Banks, and this is just the beginning. Tonight, Florence's fury blasting the North Carolina coast, winds churning up the sea, waves crashing over the dunes and into the streets. The sandbags stacked along the shore to hold the water back. No match for a life-threatening storm surge already flooding homes and streets in the Outer Banks. The storm's wrath building by the hour, shredding that flag in Cape Fear. It's 4 o'clock and we're here in Nags Head, North Carolina. Those powerful outer bands are moving through right now. We are getting that rain, and just take a look at those massive waves. The wind is just getting stronger and stronger. Dangerous winds from this massive storm threatening millions tonight. Hurricane force winds stretching across 160 miles. Tropical storm force winds across 330 miles. Tonight, officials with a blunt warning for anyone still on the shore as this hurricane bears down.
We are going to be very limited in responding. So, again, if you're on the beach, the time to go is now.
And Gio back with us live tonight. And Gio, of course, the concern again right where you are is this storm surge, because this storm is going to hover here right off the coast and continue to push water not only through the barrier islands but inland for days here.
Yeah, that's right, David. This is the concern. These massive waves, you can just see what's happening here right now. Because these people here in the Outer Banks, they are used to flooding. They're just not used to potentially life-threatening flooding, David.
All right, Gio, get back further upshore here. Gio, thanks to you and your